Greeting guys. Thank you so much for coming on board once again. This is the second tutorial. I introduced the other one last time in the last video. We introduced how to get started to programming to coding actually, and actually a little bit I introduced HTML. And so today we are going to begin afresh on HTML, but we shall focus on HTML elements. But before we get started, guys, let's preview what we discussed last time. And I guess I received some comments on my DM, and I don't know if I've achieved it. I'd like to see in the comment section or on my DM once again. And so, guys, you are just wow. Very, very much. And so, guys, HTML. Let's preview what we discussed. Actually, HTML is an abbreviation for hypertext markup language. And I guess last time we realized that HTML is not a programming language, but it's just a markup language for creating web pages. And it's a building block of the web, you know. Even if you're using which kind of programming language in the back end, you must have HTML in the front end, because without HTML, your content can be displayed well. Uh, Actually, you can't display anything without HTML on that web page. And so, guys, we realize that HTML is very, very important. And HTML without CSS, it's very ugly. As we are going to discuss here, I'm going to focus majorly on HTML. I will not attach CSS. Um, but HTML without CSS is very ugly, because there will be no color, page color, uh, the text color, the margins, the headings, how to adjust the size of the heading, and such like stuffs. So HTML without CSS is very ugly, and HTML itself without CSS, HTML with CSS is just a presentation. It's very awesome, but it's just a presentation without any backend language, without any programming language actually for backend. And so, guys, these things are very, very much related, like HTML, CSS, and basically one of the programming language like JavaScript. They are linked together for it to be achieved very effectively, especially in the front end. And so, guys, today I'm going to focus on HTML elements. We downloaded that text editor, Sublime Text. I introduced to you Sublime Text, but you also have others like Visual Code Studio, and we have others like Notepad plus plus for Windows, and there are so many. There are so many actually. You can also code using Dreamweaver. You can also code with other text editors. Um, but for us, we are going to deal. We are going to use Sublime Text because I prefer it. It's so efficient for me. And so, guys, let's discuss HTML elements. What's HTML elements? Basically, HTML elements are those the start tag and the end tag, and in between is where your content is. That's all about HTML elements. So when you have your start tag and the end tag, and then in between the start tag and the end tag, having your content there, that's now your HTML element. In the end tag, it's usually the same as the start tag, but the difference that it has a forward slash. And also, guys, I told you that in coding with the HTML, we shall be using those angle bracket, and the angle bracket is just adjacent to M in your keyboard. It's adjacent to M. That symbol that basically sometimes used to describe the less than or greater than in mathematics. Those who are mathematician, the the angle bracket, yeah, the angle bracket, those angle brackets, they are sometimes used to show the greater than or. So, guys, now that you understand the angle bracket, and a little bit HTML elements. So now let's jump to our text editor that we may begin the practical session. So guys, I told you that I'm using HTML. I'm using Sublime Text as my text editor, but remember I told you we have the others. But for me, I always prefer uh, Sublime Text. So guys, before I begin to code, first of all, must write the code, the declaration that will tell the browser that I'm using this version of HTML. So in my case, we are going to use, for our case, we are going to use HTML version 5. But remember, we have the others, the previous version like version 4, HTML version 4, HTML3, XHTML, and the rest. And so, guys, the first, this is the angle bracket I've been talking about, the symbol for less than, and after that, you have the exclamation mark, and then you write doc type. Doc type. These are self-closing tag, so it doesn't have the nini. It doesn't have the closing tag. So after you have written the exclamation, the angle bracket, the exclamation, then the doc type, you click the space bar to create a space there, and then you write HTML, and then you close. This is a self-closing tag. So this declaration tells the browser that I'm using HTML version 5. Remember, you have the other version, but when you write this code, this first code, the self-closing tag, it tells the browser that I am using the latest version of HTML, which is HTML5. So guys, after that, then in the next line, you write HTML itself, HTML. HTML is a complete HTML element. It has the open tag. This is the open tag, and then you have the closing tag. So the difference between the opening tag and the closing tag is that the closing tag has this forward slash. You know, the goodness as to why I prefer Sublime Text. It completes for you when you just write this first tag. So the next tag, when you begin to write, you open the less than symbol and then forward slash, and then you click enter. It completes for you. So guys, this is now your HTML element. And so remember we talk. I told you that HTML element has the start tag and the end tag, and then in between here is where you write your content. But for our case, HTML, everything shall be coding shall be between the start tag for HTML and the end tag of HTML. So everything you shall be coding should be in between these two tags. So your content is what you'll be coding here. And then after writing this HTML, what? For writing this HTML, so the next line, you write your head. Do you remember the symbol for head? Head. Then you click next. In the next line, you write your what? Let me put in the next line now you write the closing tag for head. Always remember to write the closing tags. So the symbol for head, the closing tag for head is just like that. You put the forward slash and then you click enter, it completes for you. Then it write head. So you have closed the head. And so guys, in between the head, this is where you write your title. Remember the title, write another HTML element which is title. So title, then click enter. So now this is the content for the head, but the content for it is title, but title itself has its content. So what we write here in the title between the start tag and the end tag of title is what will appear on top of your tag of the body and the end tag of the body. So now the next thing you need to have, remember everything that you shall be writing to be seen on your page should be in between this the start tag of the body and the end tag of the body. And guys, remember that everything, the heading, the paragraph, the tables, the forms, the what, the images, how to insert images, links, and all such stuff, the audios, videos, and everything shall be in between this start tag and the end tag of the body. But I guess we shall discuss those later. Today I'm just focusing on the basic HTML elements. Uh, so now let's write our H1, our heading. But remember, this heading we are writing here is not the same as the one we talked about here up there. So these headings now what will appear on your page. Remember, this one will appear on the tab, in the tab section at the top there. But these headings what will appear on your page. So now H1 describe the largest heading. And so let me say this is my heading. So guys, sometimes when I write and then at the same time I talk, I'm kinda confused. But just bear with me. With time I shall catch up. So H1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this H1 describe the largest heading, and then this H2 describe the H6 describe the least heading. They go in that hierarchy, that order. H3, H3, H4, H4, H5, H5, H6, H6. So guys, I've just written this to show you how they should appear on your page. We shall open our browser later, but when you shall be coding, there's no necessarily for you to write these things. But just for me, I've just written just to describe to show you how they appear on what on your page. So now when you're done with the heading, let's go to the paragraph. The symbol for paragraph is just P. You remember in the last tutorial, just P like that. And then now that we don't have time, and I just want to generate some text here because of time. I don't have time to write some story here, and my typing skill is very low. So let me just write Lorem and then click tab to generate some text, and then after clicked tab, click enter. So it will give you some free text here. So let's add another paragraph here. P, then click enter. Let's generate another text. Just like write lorem, then click tab and then click enter. So these now are two paragraphs. So before we talk of other things like to make bold text, to emphasize a text or to make it italic or to add horizontal line and such like stuff, let's save this document first. Uh, then we shall do the rest later. So now that we have this is now the structure of our page. But we have other things that we shall insert here. But just for we are beginners, so this is just the structure. But we are going to discuss we are going to discuss many things later. But first of all, let's save this document. Um. So guys, now to save the document, you go to this file tab, file button here. You click on it, and then if you are saving for the first time, you click save. For me, I had already saved, but so now because I had already saved, let me go to save as, so that we all may know how to save. So when saving a HTML document, it should be in this format: index.html, index dot html. Remember the keyword here is dot html. You can write your things here like you can write your things like Nehemiah dot html, anything dot html, but the keyword here is dot html. So to tell it the to tell the browser, to tell the browser that to tell your computer that this is a HTML document. I had already saved it earlier. That's why you are seeing this here, this one here. But I don't know if it will replace it. Let me try to save. Yeah, it want me to replace it because I had already saved it at once before. So now when you have saved that document, let's open our Windows Explorer. Just click Windows logo and letter E. So for me, I had saved it on downloads and then this folder HTML. So now you see the what? This Chrome logo. It is displaying Chrome logo because my the Chrome is my default browser, so it picked the my default browser. So now this, when you have done saving this document, so now let's open. It will open with the Chrome because it's my default. So give it time to open. My laptop is a bit slow, but let's give it time. Uh-huh. Yeah, so guys, now you see what I've been talking about. So perhaps let me try to minimize or not this one. I don't know how I'll do. hmm So that we may see. Wow. Let me try to do this. Also this one. I don't know how I shall. Yeah. This is what I wanted. So now this. Let me create these windows, two windows, so that we may see everything I've been talking about. So guys, in this, uh, remember I told you that the title is what will appear on your tab. You remember, look here, we have the HTML element. So as I told you that this HTML element is what will appear on top here. And then now, so the heading, the H1 defines, I told you that it defines the largest heading. And guys, as you can see here, we have the largest heading for H1 and then the least heading for H6. And as you can see, it's not showing the codes here. These codes are just used to tell the browser that this is how text should be, this should be the heading, this should be the paragraph, and so forth. And so guys, this is now the paragraph. Remember, we just generated some text because of time we don't have time to create stories here, but at the end of the tutorials, at the end of this tutorial, we shall have a project, we shall write clear things. So guys, now that you've seen how what I've been talking about, so now let's try to a bit to customize this paragraph, at least to add some bold what, some bold text and such like stuff. So now, um, to make a text bold, we so as you've seen, we have the so let's customize this paragraph. Let's try to customize this paragraph so that you may see how we can apply the boldness in a text, or to emphasize a text, or to make it italic and such like stuff, or to add a horizontal line to split that this is another paragraph, this is another paragraph. some basics, just very basics. So guys, to make a text bold, for example, let's begin with this one, or let me begin from where? Here. So to make a text bold, we use the the bold tag, which is just B for bold. Just I like using small small letters. B for boy, B for bold, B for bold, and then remember to close, always to close the tag. So when closing, remember to add the forward slash, and then it completes for you. That's the goodness with the Sublime text. So now that let's run our browser. Let me save. You save first of all. This time, just save. You just click save or control S. So now let's refresh our browser. So you can see we have here some bold text. Yeah, you can see we have the bold text. And so another thing now, let's make a text italic. Do you know italic? I guess you've interacted with Microsoft Word, you know these things. So to make a text italic, we use a symbol I for italic. So let's just write I and then close. Not close, but this is the start tag of italic. And then now let's put here our end tag for italic. So nini, yeah, this is the end tag for italic. You just write this first angle bracket, then italic forward slash, then I, then you close. So let's again save this document because we have customized it. We have so to your browser now, refresh it. Yeah, you can see we have some italic text here. Yeah, this is how they apply. We shall discuss these things later. Or to emphasize just like or making it italic. To emphasize, let me begin from this here. The symbol for emphasizing is just EM, and then you close. So to emphasize, just like italic, uh-huh. Then you close EM. I don't know if the is the correct tag for emphasizing. Okay, let's save. Let's refresh. So you see, the emphasize tag is just the same as the italic tag. I don't know the big difference, but I guess just the same. Also, we have the strong tag. The strong tag. Let me put here. Strong tag is just strong. It's the same as bold. For me, I always see it the same as bold, but it has a different name. So bold, to make it strong, just the same as bold. So let's save our document. Let's refresh. So now you see it's just the same as bold. I don't see the difference, but just remember that the bold and the strong, they apply almost the same meaning. So remember, I told you that we have other tags that are self-closing, like the horizontal line and the break tag. So let's try to put our horizontal line here. Horizontal line does not require the closing tag. So HR, the symbol for horizontal line is HR. So it doesn't have the closing tag. Okay, so guys, now that we've written that horizontal line, as I have told you, that is a closing tag, self-closing tag. So let's save this document. To save, we go to save, then you click save or Control S. I guess the rest of the time you shall be using Control S, the shortcuts, to save time. So just refresh, and you realize you have the horizontal line here to split this paragraph to these two paragraphs. So now this is how horizontal line apply in on a page. So I guess the next thing, let's try to talk about the break tag. I'm going to use these two tags to tell you the self-closing tags. So for example, we want to split this paragraph to be two paragraphs. So you realize when you do like this, even if you create a space even to the bottom, it will have no effect here. So let's try to save this to document. You see what I'm saying. So when we save, so we have saved. Uh, so remember we have the space here, but when we shall refresh, you realize that we will not have any space here. So when we refresh, you just see it just like that. But for example, when we include our break tag, so the symbol for break tag is just BR. Let's put two break tag, just self closing break tag, or let's put three BR. It will create some three lines of space because I've used three of them, three break tags. So now, guys, when we save this document, remember I told you that we can use the shortcut for saving. It's just Control S. Control S. Then you shall have saved your document. So when you refresh, you realize that we have split this first paragraph to two paragraphs. So for your paragraph to be splitted, we need to have this break tag. So guys, for this second video, I don't see much to discuss things in detail, but in the next video, we are going to discuss. We shall discuss how to insert images and links, and perhaps list. So in the next tutorial, I'm going to create the tutorial for the HTML links, images, and list. But for this first one, I just want to let you know to be familiar or to have an idea about HTML elements. So guys, this is the end of this tutorial. I don't see the need to explore more in this, but because this is just my second video, I just want us to stop it there. But in the next video, we shall discuss, I promise we shall discuss HTML links and how to insert in HTML images and HTML list. So we shall discuss these three in the next tutorial. But later in the other tutorial, I shall create tutorial for HTML tables and forms, and a bit the header and the footer. But for now, guys, let me just end it here. But if you'll find it interesting, kindly subscribe. Just subscribe. No, even if it's not interested, I know it's not interesting, but just subscribe. This is not a comedy class. This is like is like a lecture. It's like a lecture tutorial. So don't mind that this can be interesting more than this, but I'll try at least, to make it interesting so that it may be convenient for you to learn very, very well. So please, so just subscribe, like this video, even if it's not interesting, just like it. Yeah, it will not cost you anything. So I'm very happy. I'm very, very much happy. See you in the next video.